You have an image and you want to put text inside that image. This is the cleaned up image, so because I have it apart where I cleaned it up, I need to select everything and I need to right click and make it a compound path again so that it's all one image and moves together. Now if I want to put words in the middle of this, you can come over and go to your drawing tools and select rectangle. Say you want the words to be right in the middle of the swords. So you draw a rectangle where you want your words to be. You're going to have your rectangle already selected, so press Shift and then select the entire image so that now both items are selected. Release and go over to your modify panel and you're going to select to subtract. When you hit subtract, it will remove the inside part and now you have 4 separate parts. I don't group these together like they're selected now, so I would just click off of it and then draw a box around my left top sword. Right click, make that a compound path. Do the same with the right. With each individual piece of your image, you're going to draw a box around, right click, make compound path. Draw a box around it, make it a compound path.
Could you not just draw a box around the whole thing into a compound path?
Yes, but then it's going to move. If you draw a box around the entire thing and make it a compound path, it's then going to move as one unit. So when you cut it, you're going to waste vinyl because you're going to have a big hole in the middle if you do a gray sword and black words. Whereas if it's 4 separate images, you can turn each one to fit it into your top. Let me just shrink this image. So the top of my grid is up here. I can move this and put it in the corner. I can put words across the top. I can move any piece anywhere and then lay it out on my shirt after it's cut. If you were to group them together as one compound path, you're always going to have that hole in the middle. So you would have 3 inches plus space on the sides that would be wasted.
Could you not box the whole thing, right click compound path, and then do it again and then right click ungroup and move each section individually?
No. Once you make it a compound path, if you have 4 separate items and you turn those into a compound path, they stay together exactly as they're sitting when you group them, unless you right click, release your compound path, and then you're going to have all of your individual boxes. So you would have to go back and select just the boxes in that part of the image, right click, and make just that a compound path. Then move it. If you release a path, you have to make the path back. If you make a path, it stays a path unless you release it again. Now, you could make each of these a compound path so that they're separate. And then, once you finish doing that, you could select all of them and group them, and then you could hit ungroup if you needed to. So draw a box around all of them, right click, hit group. You can move the image anywhere that you want, right click again, hit ungroup, and you still have 4 separate images in their own path. So that when you click them and go over to your paint panel, turn it black, it still has your cutout spots in your design so that you can see where your cut lines are and where they aren't, to know where to weed. So you can color them individually, cut them individually. You can still select and move all at once.
I'm not sure what we're building.
Yep, in a different